KUAM TV 8, your broadcast home for the games of the 31st Olympiad.
Day, welcome to Weekend Edition. I'm Krystal Paco, so glad you could join us. He's your go-to guy when you find a suspicious bug or insect in your yard or an incoming cargo. Local entomologist Dr. Aubrey Moore gives us the dirt on the latest findings involving the coconut rhinoceros beetle. Here's more. Gardeners and landscapers, you could be getting more than you paid for in your bags of store-bought soil.
We've had lots of reports of people finding grubs in their bags of soil at home. But it's only recently that we've actually been able to find out that some of our hardware stores are selling bags of soil that are already pre-populated with grubs.
According to entomologist Dr. Aubrey Moore, a visit to a local hardware store proved that many unopened bags of soil were infested with grubs, also known as baby coconut rhinoceros beetle. Grubs feed on soil. If allowed to mature to adult beetles, their appetites for Guam's beloved coconut trees are deadly.
It's quite possible that during the early days after the rhino beetle arrived, that it was accidentally spread in this fashion. We call this a pathway. And now we know that that pathway exists for sure. We suspected that it did exist before, but now we have proof.
Dr. Moore says the affected store-bought bags were kept outside, leaving them vulnerable to the rhino beetle who bore holes through the plastic.
All of our soil is manufactured in the States, and it's imported here. And you know, a lot of the hardware stores store this stuff outside. So if it's outside for long enough, the rhino beetles will find it and lay some eggs in it. Those eggs will hatch, and by the time you get it home, you'll have nice big grubs in it.
So what can you do? If you garden at home, he recommends you leave the bags of soil indoors or cover them with Tekken netting, the same material you can use to protect your home's coconut trees and green waste.
The recommendation these days is you cover your bags of soil or your compost pile with the Tekken netting. I'm sure most people on Guam have heard of this discovery, that if you have the right kind of fish netting called Tekken, if it's just the right size, the beetles can't get through it. They try to go through it and they get caught, just like a fish gets caught in a gill net.
Dr. Moore adds that Guam law relative to soil imports hasn't been enforced. Local law states soil can only be brought in limited quantities for experimental or other scientific purposes. For more information on the coconut rhinoceros beetle, call 735-2080. More than 36 individuals have been disqualified from the food stamp program. A release from Public Health shows that for the second quarter of the fiscal year between January and March, 7 were disqualified for failing to report employment timely, with 35 clients disqualified for crediting non-food items or exchanging cash with their SNAP EBT card, which is considered trafficking. Of those cited, 39 were disqualified for 12 months as a first-time violation, with 3 disqualified for 24 months as a second violation. Just because you're off island doesn't mean you can't participate in next month's primary election. GEC Executive Director Maria Pangilinan encourages registered voters who live off island to apply for an absentee ballot as soon as possible so the GEC has enough time to mail them out.
We are accepting absentee ballot application forms up to 48 hours before the election. So visit our website at gec.guam.gov, download the absentee ballot application, completely fill it out, sign, and send it back to us. We will process your application form and send it out within 2 days.
Pangilinan says in 2014, the GEC serviced 62 people with off-island absentee ballots. In the 2012 mayoral election, 126 people applied. She also encourages individuals needing homebound service to begin applying as soon as possible. Homebound service, along with in-office voting, begins July 28. If you've ever traveled off-island and were told you have a peculiar accent but weren't sure how to describe it, not to worry, as a linguist from Switzerland is here on Guam to study and document the Chamorro post-colonial accent. Isa Baza has more.
Graduate student Eva Kuzke from the University of Bern in Switzerland is here in Guam for the next month to study the post-colonial English accent of local Chamorros. Before now, she said, there's been little, if any, research in this area.
There was a master thesis a long time ago, I think in the 80s, but very brief, and no one's described the English in Micronesia in general.
Kuzke is part of a group of academics studying spoken English throughout Micronesia, including Nauru, Kiribati, Kostrai, and Saipan.
I've always been interested in ethnic varieties of English, and I've always been interested in the way people speak the same language, but they make it their own.
As part of her research, she's already interviewed about 30 Guam residents and has already noticed a few peculiarities.
A lot of them have gone to the States and have been told, oh, actually, you say this weird. And I've noticed how they pronounce their vowels differently, more open. And I've said this before, that they pronounce the word family different than they would in the United States. Instead of saying family, they say family, family, land, more open, the vowels more open.
She said Chamorros in Guam also say words uncommon in other places, such as mainland.
A lot of people say holy cow here, holy cow. I know that other people say that, but specifically in Guam, everyone says holy cow.
She and a group of fellow University of Bern students are hoping to publish their studies of spoken English throughout Micronesia.
We are planning to publish a book together where we're going to have, each person is going to have a chapter on their islands. So Guam is going to be a chapter in that book.
She plans to bring the book back to Guam, although publication could take a couple years. In the meantime, Kuzke is continuing her research on island until next month. Guam residents interested in participating in the study can email english.guam@gmail.com. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Isa Baza.
They say it takes a village to raise a child, and the same effort is being made to keep Guam's at-risk youth out of trouble. KUAM's Sindel Abad reports.
Guam's only youth correctional facility is seeing a dramatic drop in numbers.
We were averaging about anywhere between 78 and 82 kids in population. So we went from that average to now below 30. In fact, we've hit like 20s.
The drop can be attributed to community partnerships. According to Department of Youth Affairs Director Adonis Mendiola, the Attorney General's Office, the Guam Police Department, the Judiciary of Guam, and volunteers like AmeriCorps help keep client numbers low. That's because they play major roles with DOIA's resource centers located in Agate, Manilao, and Dededo, and even extend their hours in the summer months.
We're definitely available for anybody to come out. We are looking for volunteers, retired teachers, anyone in the business community who might want to participate and help.
According to Mendiola, youth crime rates increase at the end of the first semester of the school year, as well as the start of the summer vacation. Most clients, he says, committed retail theft. The average age of a DYA client is 15 to 16 years old.
So 15 is kind of that age where they decide whether they're going to be success in school and really work hard at it, or unfortunately they think about, 16, I can drop out.
Unfortunately, DYA's recidivism rate mirrors the national average. 60% of the population are likely to become repeat offenders.
You don't want them to get used to the life in here, to be tainted by others who may be more aggressive in their criminal behavior.
Aside from community partnerships, Mendiola says parents need to do their part to keep their children out of trouble.
I want to tell parents that children crave discipline, and discipline isn't punishment. Help them to see further than just the left and right. Help them to see down the road so they know why it is you're protecting them.
For more information, visit dya.guam.gov. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Sindel Abad.
DOE has published the new bell schedule for the new school year starting next month. The major areas of modification are at high schools, which will start later, and 13 minutes have been added to the elementary school day. This tweaked schedule provides enough time between elementary, middle, and high schools to gel with DPW's bus operations. The first day of classes for students starts Thursday, August 18. The National Alliance for Public Charter Schools is the leading national nonprofit organization for advancing the charter movement. It highlighted the progress made in Guam in a recent article, noting Guahan Academy Charter School's excellent SAT 10 results for the 2014-2015 school year, with second and third grade students scoring in the top third percentile compared to all other Guam schools. It also commended GACS for their efforts to establish a permanent campus and expand population. Guam's second charter school, iLearn Academy, opened in 2015, will also be increasing its student population and constructing a new campus. Both schools are tuition-free, provide students with transportation, special needs, and second language services. Research thus far into honeybees in the Marianas could turn up some sweet results for Guam in the future. The University of Guam has been conducting a federally funded study into the health of honeybees. Results from samples currently show the presence of a parasitic mite called varroa in bee colonies in Saipan and Tinian, but not on Guam. The mite can cause birth deformities and even death. If we are declared free of the mite, it could open the door for Guam to supply stateside beekeepers with queen bees, which can sell for over $30 for a set of up to 10. Stay tuned. Next on Weekend Edition, we'll rehash some of the big stories of the last week, and still to come, the Guam Crime Stoppers Report.
Stay connected to the world at home from everywhere you are. Get the KUAM News app for the latest in local news, videos, sports, streaming, Isla 63 AM, weather, and more. Available for free now at the iTunes App Store or Google Play.
When we face an uncertain path, when we struggle with life's challenges, and when the unexpected happens,
it's a beautiful day.
We rely on the people we trust,
It's a beautiful,
who we can always count on,
beautiful day.
and to the ones who give us the most care throughout the years. Rely on Calvo's Select Care to give you the comfort and security you need
It's a beautiful day.
wherever you are. Calvo's Select Care, healthcare that's always there for you.
At IT&D, we take a different approach when it comes to data. Introducing IT&D's new rate plans. We've increased the amount of 4G LTE data for our plans to give you more of what you want so you can do more of the things that you want. More snapping, more sharing, more connecting. Bring your own phone and get even more 4G LTE data and up to 3 months of free service. New plans, more data, more value. IT&D, life in motion.
Advances in technique and medications used to prevent dental pain have shattered the myth that a dental visit is something to fear. Even the dreaded root canal or wisdom tooth extraction. Swabbing or spraying a topical numbing agent on before the injection and using different techniques and anesthetics can create a relatively comfortable or pain-free injection. Injections are often the most feared procedure. Some patients don't like the sounds or the vibrations of decay removal. If you're still nervous or you gag easy, despite these techniques, very safe oral medicines can be taken before your dental appointment to eliminate all fears, or some clinics use nitrous oxide gas. Pain relievers can easily be prescribed to eliminate mild to severe dental discomfort after any visit. For your Helpful Dental Minute, I'm Dr. Kenny Bourgeois of Paradise Smiles. We shall never know all the good that a simple smile can do.
Holiday and welcome back to Weekend Edition. This is Rehash, where we recap the big stories of the week, and I'm going to go ahead and start with myself. Sorry, guys. Big stories from my side of the news is Mark Torrey Jr. appeared in court earlier this week. Sounds like defense wants to push trial back. Trial is currently scheduled for October, and it sounds like defense is citing a Supreme Court decision that talks about how trial should be delayed because a witness might not be available during the time of the trial. Also, this week marked the one-year death anniversary for Guam Police Department Sergeant Albert Piolo. He was fatally shot exactly 1 year ago. It was on Wednesday. Again, his alleged shooter is Mark Torrey Jr., who's supposedly going to face trial in October. And also, J. Ignacio Kinata, if you remember the story from earlier this week, he was the UOG tutor accused of having a flash drive, a USB flash drive with videos and pictures of unsuspecting minor girls, and also one of these images looked like it was captured at a UOG classroom. So UOG and the Guam Police Department are both conducting investigations. And so on the lighter side of the news, Nestor.
Oh, well, I don't know how light it is, but well, one of the stories that we're working on has some, if not regional, but international implications, was a ruling by an international court in The Hague in the Netherlands in favor of the Philippines over its dispute with China over its exclusive economic zone. Basically, what the international court ruled was that China, which had claimed over 90% approximately of the South China Sea, that their claims were invalid and that the Philippines was entitled to that 200-mile exclusive economic zone. So the Philippine response was a little bit muted. They welcomed the decision, but they also didn't want to antagonize China because obviously China is an emerging superpower and they want to still maintain that relationship. But that particular court ruling has some substantial implications for relations within not just the Philippines and China, but several other nations that are coastal countries with claims to different parts of the South China Sea.
Okay. And Ken, this is no way to segue this story.
Yeah, as Guam prepares to celebrate the 72nd Liberation festivities, it's also a time to remember. And this week I had a chance to go to the Tinta and Faja massacre sites. I've never been there before, and every year the Maritza mayor and other people gather to go visit the site, do a little prayer. So we went to Maritza this week down south. It was good weather. It's hot, but it was just nice to speak with all the different family members. There were little kids there who had great grandparents who were massacred there, but saying that it's a time to remember and to also pay tribute to a lot of the sacrifices they made for, I guess, our freedom here as well. So it was I really enjoyed the meeting people there. And yeah, and I know there's several activities planned for the coming days. I think at Chiguyan and at Menengan. So look at KUAM.com for all those festivities. And don't forget, I think KUAM's also doing an all-access liberation coverage on July 21st.
Way to sell the spot there. And our last but not least, and our very last week here at KUAM is KUAM Cinda Labat. She interned with us for how many hours? 180?
180 hours. Feels longer.
Feels longer?
Yeah.
Is that a good thing or a
It's
bad
a good
thing?
thing.
So
But
tell
I
us
wish I
about
could
your
stay longer.
experience.
Okay, so this week I covered all good news focusing on the youth. So first I went to DYA and I spoke to the director about how the numbers are actually going down, especially in 2016. And also I went to GCC and I spoke to high school students. They aren't old enough to drive, but they're old enough to help build cars. And I also did a story about internships for KUAM News Extra. And then another one of my stories this morning, I actually covered UOG is getting new dorms. So this fall semester, they will have, it'll be brand new, lots of new dorms, just renovated for the college students. And yeah.
Okay, and Annie, what's next for you? Senior year.
Senior year, school.
Wish you
Very
could
busy.
hire you, Sindel. Come back soon. Thanks so much for everything, for all of the help. She's actually helped me a lot in all my stories. And if you would like any of us here at KUAM to cover something for you, email us at reporters@kuam.com or message us on Facebook and we'll look into it for you.
Watch the waves crash over bare feet as you stand back and feel the sun's heat radiating upon your face today. Summer's alive, that's why we feel this way. That's why we feel this way. Summertime and the summer heat. Grab a lover and move your feet. We gon' make it hot for you. Hot, hot, hot for you. Summer breeze in the summer nights. So I never felt so alive. We gon' make it hot for you. Hot, hot, hot for you. Summertime in the island heat. Grab a lover and move your feet. We gon' make it hot for you. Hot, hot.
Join us at the Guam Summer Beach Fest for live entertainment, food, and fun. For event details, check out visitguam.com. This is a GBB signature event.
The summer clearance event is on now at Cars Plus and Mighty. Now's the time to save thousands on your next vehicle, like a new Hyundai Elantra starting at $16,995 or a new Hyundai Sonata starting at $21,888. Save up to $5,000 off a new Hyundai Santa Fe. How about a new Jeep Cherokee starting at $27,995 or a new Chrysler 200 only $164 per paycheck. See our entire selection online at carsplusguam.com. It's our summer clearance event going on now at Cars Plus and Mighty. Cars Plus, driven by you.
While hundreds of homeless seek shelter every day, when memories fade like old photographs, and families struggle to care for loved ones with special needs, as young children are caught in the storm of abuse and neglect, we are there. For over 30 years, we have helped Guam's victims of life when there was nowhere else to turn. You can help too by giving $1 a month. God bless you.
Ruby Tuesday now gives you more for lunch. Endless trips to the Fresh Garden Bar, plus add-ons, mini combinations, and even new meal options. It's the new lunchtime menu, available Monday to Friday until 2 p.m., only at Ruby Tuesday.
This is what precision sounds like. Sound dampening technologies like triple door seals that help keep outside noise out.
Talk about getting out of a tight spot.
Introducing the midsize pickup only GMC could build.
In more ways than one.
Canyon from GMC. This is the precision of professional grade.
Now get this 2016 GMC Canyon starting at $24,995. Visit AutoSpot GMC today for great offers. We are your GMC dealer of Guam.
Everybody, next Thursday, we will all be celebrating Guam's 72nd liberation. And for safety tips, we go to our good friend, the man in blue, Officer Paul Tapal, the one and only. Officer Tapal, welcome back.
Hey, thank you for having me again.
Okay, and happy early Liberation Day to you.
Hey, Biba Guam, Biba Liberation.
Okay, so as I said, people are going to celebrate in all the traditional ways. Other people might, have a few ideas of their own and everything like that. What is the way that we can most stay safe?
Responsible. Being a responsible citizen, being a responsible camper, being a responsible parade goer. There's two parts of the parade. One is the pre-celebration. And of course, you have the parade events in itself. The pre is when people are starting to set up, people are camping out at night. GPD does its part by blocking off the roads to allow people to set up, pedestrians to walk freely. But again, we need your help. Let's not get into a drunken rage and start crossing the street when you shouldn't be crossing the street if you had too much to drink. Let's respect, let's not be a damper to somebody or, rain on somebody's parade literally by going over to the next tent and causing trouble because you couldn't handle your alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
There is a campaign called One Nation that's going to be out there, and these are the patrons who want to enjoy the parade alcohol free. Let's give them that respect, and let's enjoy the festivities together.
And as far as motorists passing through that part of the island, you want to be even extra careful because there are people setting up entire families. Some of them may have some little kids. People maybe setting up barbecue pits, putting up the tent and everything like that. So drive extra slow when you go through that part
Absolutely. You're going to see the cones. We're going to pretty much block off 2 lanes. So you're probably going to have 1 lane once you hit the peak before the road closure. It's a big celebration, the pre-liberation event, because you have people along both sides, north and southbound, or east and westbound of the main thoroughfare of Route 1. And you're going to have a lot of people already in that party mode. So, we're advising the motorists, please drive with caution. Use better judgment when you're driving. Again, don't drink and drive. Don't go behind the wheel if you've been consuming alcohol. And, we're going to be closing the roads off before the parade. So we're going to be looking at the wee hours. And during the parade, please stay away from the floats. Don't be chasing anything under the floats because people have a tendency of throwing stuff out. Let's not be the, statistic by chasing a toy or a candy that goes under the float. Please, parents, remind your kids, stay back, listen to the officers, and we can have a beautiful parade this year.
Exactly. 5 years from now, you want your family to have good memories about the 72nd liberation, not bad memories.
Yeah, this is 72 years of our liberation. Let's celebrate it the right way.
Okay, so you were talking about the pre-celebration. Now, as for the parade itself, if we are down at the parade and we find ourselves in an emergency, like say somebody believes they saw somebody maybe stole something and they're running away with it, if somebody just needs help with something or we experience a medical emergency, how can we find someone to help us out?
You're going to see police officers along the parade route, and you're going to have roving, EMTs will be driving up and down the parade, the celebration and everything. Go to your officer nearest you because you're going to see police officers on both sides of the streets, and we have two-way radios where we can communicate with everybody. Be on the lookout or send us a medic to this location.
Now, just for the very nice folks out there, and there are many, many of us, are we able to give you guys, like if we have some like bottled water and everything and say, hey, I appreciate what you're doing, here you go?
Absolutely. Red rice, fried chicken, fit it in the top for me because I'm going to be there. So, if you see me out there, hey, Absentee, come on in. That's one thing
And you've never turned down a good piece of fried chicken.
You get an opportunity to be one with the community. Why not do it in the Liberation Day parade? I mean, I've always enjoyed it as a police officer working the parade. Everybody's so giving. Come on, and it's like, you don't even need to, ask for lunch because people feed you. But, again, we thank the community for being responsible and Viva Guam.
All right. Well, what is our crime of the week this week?
This week is two events of burglaries that occurred in the village of Sinahania.
All right, Sinahania, let's go find out what's happening and how you can help.
On Thursday, July 7th, our officers from the Hagåtña Precinct Command responded to two burglaries that occurred in the village of Sinahania. Now, according to the police report, the first burglary occurred at the residence of BN Avendia Street at around 3:40 in the morning. Police reports indicated that the homeowner was walking down the stairs of his home to investigate why his dog was barking when he was confronted by an unknown male who was walking up the stairs. The homeowner then yelled at the intruder, in which the unknown male fled. The second incident occurred around 4:15 in the morning at a residence of Cali Angel Flores Street. The homeowner was awakened by an unknown male who was flashing a light at his face, in which the intruder then ran out the bedroom. As the homeowner gave chase, a second individual was noted at the top of the staircase, with both intruders seen running out from the home. The suspect to the first burglary was described to be male with a slim build and was last seen wearing a black long-sleeve hoodie. The suspects to the second burglary were described. Suspect number 1, heavy-set male with dark clothing and a dark shirt covering his face. Suspect number 2 was described to be slim-built, wearing dark clothing and a black shirt covering his face. As a result of the two burglaries, no one was harmed. However, the Guam Crime Stoppers and the Guam Police Department need your help in reference to these two burglaries. If you have any information about this crime or any other crime, please call Guam Crime Stoppers at 477-HELP. That's 477-4357. You can also send a text to 486-HELP. That's 486-4357. You can also submit information of a crime through our webpage at guam.crimestoppersweb.com or call the Guam Police Department at 475-8615-6 or 7. Guam Crime Stoppers wants to remind the public that we do not use caller ID and you do not have to leave your name. You can receive a cash reward of up to $1,000 if the information provided leads to the arrest and conviction for the person or persons responsible for this crime or any other crime.
Great information always leads to a great event. So is there anything else you'd like to add?
Yeah, I was really touched by a special fan who's been following the Crime Stoppers. I want to say shout out, Viva Guam, Viva Liberation, and enjoy the rest of your summer to Lauren Valencia, Little Miss Lala. I had the opportunity of meeting this very, very beautiful young lady. So enjoy the summer, young lady.
All right, Lauren. So happy day and happy liberation from all of us at the Guam Police Department and from KUAM. Hope you have a wonderful time. So Officer Tapal, thanks as always.
Thank you.
And we'll look for you in the parade route. And thank you so much for all you guys do, keeping us safe.
Absolutely. Let's enjoy it together.
We'll see you down there.
Thanks.
All right. And we will see you on the other side of this break. Please stay tuned.
This is a cat. And this is a live photo of a cat. Live photos are more than just photos. They come alive when you touch them. And then they go back to still when you let go. So every time you take a picture, you get more than just a photo. You get to relive the moment because it teleports you through space and time. I'm kidding. Time travel is dangerous.
The Nissan Summer Fun event is on. Nissan's got your back with the No Worries Car Care Plan. Your new Nissan comes with a free 3-year protection plan and free paint sealing. Enjoy discounts up to $10,000 during the Summer Fun event when you choose from the award-winning lineup of Nissan cars, trucks, and SUVs. Take advantage of super low, easy financing and save even more at Nissan Upper Tumon. Nissan Summer Fun event. Find out more at nissanguam.com.
Won't break a bone. We're in the car on a highway. It's a magical feeling that no one's got a home. This is your home. It's alive. It's pumping blood. In a whole wide world, it's Switzerland. It's Switzerland.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist. Over 20 years of experience.
The summer clearance event is on now at Cars Plus and Mighty. Now's the time to save thousands on your next vehicle, like a new Hyundai Elantra starting at $16,995, or a new Hyundai Sonata starting at $21,888. Save up to $5,000 off a new Hyundai Santa Fe. How about a new Jeep Cherokee starting at $27,995, or a new Chrysler 200 only $164 per paycheck? See our entire selection online at CarsPlusGuam.com. It's our summer clearance event going on now at Cars Plus and Mighty. Cars Plus, driven by you.
And before we close out the news tonight, here's our latest round of birthday shout-outs from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club. Turning 4, Delilah Inclano. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Lily Santos. And to you, Colton Johnson Nicholas. Love the family. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Nathaniel Jordan Espanol. We love you and miss you plenty. Your Guam familia. Happy birthday, Iriani Denise Tanaka, turning 2. Love Dad, Mom, and Xavier. And happy belated birthday to Valerie Santos. Love Jacob and the family. Remember, you can be a part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club by registering online on KUAM.com. Make sure to include your photo so we can celebrate you. And that's all the time we have from all of us here at Guam's News Network. Thanks for watching and have a safe weekend.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion.